Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Facebook, and of course YouTube. Get all your NFL news here first.
Here locally in the community. Make sure y'all go check out New Cat Body by Jeremy Thomas.
Good afternoon and welcome to Lions Talk with Smoke and Jeremy B. And look at that, we immediately have chats. Brent DeWitt says, howdy everyone. I swear if I hear another Lions podcaster mention Calvin going into the Ring of Honor, I'll barf. Pride of Lions is in Fort Field, not Jerry World. Colin Cowherd does suck. There's a reason he was fired from ESPN. It's because he's a racist prick. He got put on Fox Sports and he was told you have to be more politically correct. And he is, and he talks crap about way too much stuff. Some of his takes are good, but I find his takes usually like nails on a chalkboard, to be exact. But you know what? Trying to find anything about Sion Vaki as anything other than a safety for a draft profile is worse than me breaking all my teeth at once. He had 26 career games with the Utes and 17 starts. He was an invite to the Senior Bowl. He was a finalist and won the Polynesian College Football Player of the Year award, and he was a runner-up for the Paul Hornung Award. He was Sports Illustrated second team all-purpose and Sporting News second team all-purpose, and Phil Steele's third team for accolades as well. In 2023, he made 12 starts as a safety while also seeing time at running back out of the Wildcat during 7 games. So they used him kind of in that Wildcat formation where it was a direct snap to him. At the same time, he tallied 51 tackles with 8.5 for loss and 2 sacks, along with an interception and 2 pass breakups. His 8.5 tackles for loss led the secondary and ranked second on the team. He tied for 10th in the Pac-12 with 7.5 tackles for loss in conference play. On offense, he had 42 carries for 317 yards, 2 touchdowns. Also, 11 passes for 203 yards for 3 scores. So he is able to get involved in the passing game. He also had 100. What was that? Trying to remember what it was. He had a 111-yard kick return. How's that possible as a senior? But anyways, and a 96-yard punt return. and a 75-yard interception return and a 43-yard rushing touchdown. So we got Trace coming in saying, "Hey everyone," Buddy can keep saying, "Hello everyone," and Trace telling Buddy and Brent hi. That's what we got so far. So that's what I have. Uh, it was really hard. His strengths, he's shifty. He's very elusive. He can command the pocket because in the Wildcat, he ran it as a quarterback that can run. So he also attempted a few passes, none of them connected, but it was basically in 7 games. And if that's your production in 7 games, and one of them was 158 yards with 2 touchdowns and a receiving touchdown, that's pretty good. So we're establishing the special teams factor in that gadget player role, is my guess. But it they proved right because so far at OTAs, he's been outperforming Zonovan McKnight and Craig Reynolds so far. But again, that was during the Pajama Olympics at his OTAs. Let's see what happens once the pads go on. And Ricky Scott saying, "What's up, JB? Good afternoon." And Matt Henry says, "Good morning, JB." And lo and behold, Chicago fans rejoice. Caleb and Rome signed their deals yesterday. I'm quite sure Rome did have his deal done because he announced that he would sign when he got the training camp. That was confirmed. We all knew this. So the Caleb thing, it ended up being 100% guaranteed, a total of $39 million per year for the 4 years, plus a fifth-year option. That's a lot of money for a rookie quarterback. I wonder how they came up with that amount. 25.9 signing bonus up front for this year. What's crazy is neither of the first round picks for the Vikings have signed yet. Yet nobody's making a stink there but Vikings fans. It's not looking good. Ricky, I'm just happy to be here. It's another day this side of the sod and upright. That means Broski will be here. He doesn't come in this chat yet. I've commented lots of places and Broski hasn't shown up yet. I've never seen a first round pick get 39.9 million a year. That's basically 40 million. I haven't seen that. I've seen 25 and I've seen 28 and even 32. But maybe that's just because of how much it went up this year because it went up a record amount again. I don't know. I don't follow it to the actual dollar sign. I just know we've never had a $39.9 million first pick overall for APV. No, okay. It must have something to do with the way the cap goes up because I just knew that there was a set thing. Um, I've never seen Broski in this chat yet. He has never subscribed to me. Where's Will? Uh, good afternoon, JB and crew. Yes. Where's Will? Will is probably working today. I've actually commented at Broski Bear a few times, but he might be not getting into chats today because he's hungover because their first round pick signed. Just like Ken Dobie didn't show up on Ken and Ken in the morning on the previous show that I showed up to. I showed up late, so I didn't share it to my YouTube. I said, a Will Vogel, a William Vogel. I said, a Will Vogel, a Vogel, a Vogel, a Vogel. There. Oh, that was cute. Oh, he wasn't lying. Talk live. Good for him. I was not. Hey, Trace, fancy seeing you here. So that being said, I wonder how Vikings fans are feeling with it being day 2 of rookies reporting and they're not signed yet. And congratulations, Bears, it got done. I'll leave it at that. So, what do you guys want to talk about now? Because Sion Vaki, basically, his his yeah, he's on Lions Talk Live, then Will's Roll Rocks broadcast is how that usually goes. So, interesting note about Sion Vaki. In high school, he also played alongside Najee Harris out of the running back room before he transferred to Liberty. That was at Antioch High School. Yep, now the Bears are going to have to keep Williams happy, 100%. Vaki excelled as a dual threat athlete. His high school career peaked as he led Liberty to its first state championship, earning the Northern California Player of the Year title with impressive stats. 70 receptions for 1,394 yards and 20 touchdowns, complemented by stout defensive play that included 97 tackles and 4 interceptions in that 14-game season. After high school, the reason why Baki only played 2 years is he had 2 years he was doing Tonga a religious mission in Tonga and in Salt Lake City, which delayed his entry into college football till 2022. That's why he only had 2 years of playing football, but it's 4 years after high school, so why he was eligible to enter the draft. Yep, Baki does it all. He's a receiver, a running back, a safety, a special teamer. The only way I can see that someone did 111 yards in a North American football game played, even in high school, is if they measured him running at an angle somewhere or running back and forth. Because there's only what 109 is the record set by Chris McAllister and Devin Hester and many others in the NFL. 111, you had to catch it on the stripe, which technically would be a touchback. So 2023 filled in as a running back due to team injuries, adding 520 total offensive yards, 5 touchdowns to his defensive accolades. Some of that was receiving, some of that was rushing. I believe it was 3 touchdowns rushing, 2 receiving. Well, we drafted somebody 2 years ago that's like that. That a lot of people have said he might not make the team, which is ridiculous, and that's Rodrigo. Oh, I remember Hester with the Bears. I 100% remember Hester with the Bears. Wasn't it the first time we hated Morningwig? I'll take the win. So stupid. So next up will be Christian Mahogany, and it'll be easier to do a player profile on him because there's plenty of them. I seen him ranked as high as 92nd overall, and I seen him ranked as low as 119. I have not seen anything lower than that, and I haven't seen anything higher than that. But that meant he was meant to be a third to fourth round pick, and to steal him where we did in the 6th round, fantastic. Vaki, on the other hand, I thought he would be a fifth or sixth rounder myself, but a day 3 pick nonetheless. We still took him in day 3 at the back end of the 4th. Hester was awesome at kick returning, if I remember correctly. Yes. Hester made a name for himself. He started out as a cornerback, but he was an elite kick and punt returner. It got to the point where people would rather take the penalty than kick it to him. Take the win, shaking my head. We've had some doozies for a head coach. Yes, Hester was electric. Elite, electric, fantastic, phenomenal kick returner. Everybody was trying to produce that Ted Ginn Jr. would be the next one, and he looked good for a year till he got hurt. Remember that? Side note, how do you think Blake Corum will do at the Rams? Considering he's more of a power runner, he's not as fast as Kyrie Williams. It'll make a nice 1-2 punch to keep both backs healthy there. Um, I don't know who's going to get the lion's share because Kyron Williams, he was doing phenomenal until he faced Detroit in the wild card. Yeah. Man, I am tired. Was it Leonard or Gray that was a great? Mel Gray was the great kick returner for the Lions. Yes, 100%. No, I'm not going to fall asleep. Not yet. Might after. I might go hide in some tires at work and take a nap there. At least it's not ungodly hot today. Wonder what the humidity's like. Not bad at all. and there's a win. Yeah, I'm going to work. Yeah, Mel Gray was a great kick returner for the Lions. Amir Abdullah was a great kick returner. He just couldn't hold on to the ball when he was running. We had another running back when Dan Campbell that was like that. So when Dan Campbell got here as a coach, Godwin Igwebuike, because he always puked up the football. That Igwebuike, yeah, that was his name. I swear that guy fumbled at first contact. That coupled with the ineptitude of the first 9 games of that season until we got rid of Anthony Lynn as a offensive coordinator. That was when we saw the emergence of Ben Johnson and Dan Campbell working together to make our offense elite. My hallways are hot and humid. We don't have very good airflow in the St. Lawrence campus. No, I did not get tickets. They were sold out by the time I got back there. I couldn't get any. I'm bummed. I might go anyways. It is what it is. Life goes on. We don't always get what we want. I do get what I need because I work for it. I'll get there. Hell, I'll ride along anyways, Trace. I don't care. I can go hang out somewhere or watch from outside the fence. I don't care. It's not an indoor facility, it's an outdoor facility. I'll be able to see. Well, let's see. We were the 22nd overall and 27th in yardage. 22nd in scoring, 27th in yardage. Uh, okay. If you do, great. If not, I'll still go along. I don't care. I just want to go. This year especially. But at the same time, yeah. Right, but by the time I got a chance to get on there, they said they were done taking the emails. It is free tickets. They're already sold out, Brent. They were free. They still have a limited amount of tickets each day. I wish they'd do a family fun fest at Ford Field again, because that was a blast. Woo-wee. That's where this one was from. This picture of Dad and I. That was that family fun fest when we were down there on the 50-yard line. Yeah, they did. They sold out fast. They sold out while I was live. Yeah, that was yesterday. They opened up Brent DeWitt. The Lions are popular. I knew it would sell out fast, but I overslept. It is what it is. Your dad's a handsome man. What happened to JB? Life. Yeah, same here. I might have to pony up some duckies to go to that game. No, free don't last long. If anything, Lions, it doesn't, including when they're giving their giveaways. I got a couple of bobbleheads. I got one that we're facing week one. And yes, I'm going to keep it. That was from when I went to the home opener in 2000 when we faced off against Arizona. And of course, that guy. So for only having two, I'm happy with the two I got. I usually didn't make it there early enough to get all that stuff or to hit the power hour or any of that stuff. I used to show up there just in time to run to my seat, grab a hot dog, get to my seat, and start watching the game. I never realized how much of a fanfare outside the stadium or inside the concourse was. Things you didn't respect for a while till you slowed down, paid attention to what's around you. I know the all you can eat seats in the third level didn't last long. I think I helped put that out of business. 22 brats, 10 hot dogs, 18 bags of popcorn, and unlimited pop. It was great. I think I walked out with having a heart attack and diabetes. Yes, you heard that right. Mr. Brimley's version, diabetes. All right, Brent, had to go to work. Have a great day. JB. Yes, sir. You too. Be safe in your travels. I'll be going to work right after the show's done, like I always do. Junior must be trolling in here somewhere. Who knows? Maybe that's Broski Bear trolling me on this one. I don't know. Oh, you ever had one of those days where you wake up and you feel like you've been shot at and missed, but you've been shit at and hit? This is one of those days. Just no energy. So, what else would you like to talk about? The Pride of Lions is at Ford Field. Yes, he was kicked out 2 days ago. You kicked him out of Will Rocks, or did you kick him out of Lions Talk Live, Trace? Doggy Jeffro. Oh, rocked on. Okay. How many games are y'all attending? I do plan on going to 2 away games and at least 1 home game unless I get my, credentials from the Lions saying I get to be in the, press box. Then I'll be at every single one of them. Broski, evidently? No, not out of Lions Talk Live, out of Rocked On podcast. No, I asked Trace which one he got booted out of. I'm gonna go to the Indy game and probably the Chicago game. That's awesome, Trace. Yep, but I'm going to Indy with my buddy Detroit Dom, and I'm going to Chicago just because I can. But I am gonna wear that custom Bears. Weird because I basically had a conversation with Broski yesterday. Was he banned or put on timeout? Because there's a big difference. Ah, it happens. Broski does that because once somebody fires back, if he can't come up with a factual thing to say, he'll attack somebody's character or their person, and which is the wrong way to do trolling. And as bad as we lost to the Niners, no, he was kicked that day, no ban, but he was warm, so they allowed him back in because he was there yesterday. I was talking with him. I had a conversation with him about the Caleb and Rome thing. It was either yesterday or the day before. I can't remember which. But at the same time, whew, I could go back to bed. Yeah, but the Pride of Lion. Broski is good comedy relief, lol. He is, but he's never showed up here. Even though my podcast channel name is there when I comment everywhere. That's how everybody knows it's me. That and my ugly mug's in that picture. Yeah, he does have his days. Everybody does. I got borderline offensive with the guy. He goes, Matt Stafford is twice the quarterback Goff is. And I disagree. Will Rock is very serious. Yeah, he doesn't have fun. He doesn't have that funny gene. He's a very straightforward, analytical. I like doing a little bit of everything. I got my serious side, but I got my fun side too. But at the same time, as bad as we lost to the 49ers in that second half, it doesn't top the way the fail cants lost to the Patriots. Kiera Waymer, what is your take on those contracts Rome and Caleb signed? Seeing all this hype, they're going to outshine the Lions because they got big contracts. Uh, mm, good morning, smoking dad. Kira Waymer. I think they gave the contracts that the market bore. I think it's all based off of how much the cap goes up is how they do it. It doesn't matter. Um, it's a rookie cap. They gave them the max they could. $39.49 million fully guaranteed deal. They're It's a set rookie cap. That's all I can tell you. And a $25.5 million signing bonus. There's really not a lot out there on it. That's all there is. There's no breakdowns. So till that happens, I don't know what it is. Not on over the cap or even spot track yet. So it's going to be a couple days. I'm not on the big Bears hype train. I'm on these rookies got to prove it on the field train. I don't care where they're from, including Terrion Arnold, Ennis Rakestraw, Giovanni Manu, Sion Vaki. Who's the other guy we got? Oh yeah, Mikai Wingo and Christian Mahogany. They got to prove it on the field. They're not starters until they are told they're starters. Oh my goodness, here we go again. Was he demanding? No, he said he knew his worth, so he wanted every penny they could squeeze out of that number one pick's rookie cap. That's what it is. JJ still hasn't signed. Neither has Dallas Turner. There's something going on with the Vikings camp. Oh my god. So that guy won't be back. I have no clue what's going on with JJ and the Vikings. And the fact that it's ran a day further than I thought it would tells me that there's something up. Yes. So far, Brent DeWitt, you're absolutely right. He also returns punts and kickoffs. He has since high school because he remember he took 2 years off before he went to Utah. Since high school in his return game, he has one, two, three kick return touchdowns and one punt return touchdown. Yeah, Vikings camp definitely struggling between losing Kyrie Jackson, Addison's DUI recently, and everybody's trying to blow it under because it's just a DUI. All right, Detroit fan, man, he comes in hard. I love it. But anyways, the Kyrie Jackson thing that that's a very sad situation. The fact that nobody's talking about the two people that got killed while at his vigil. for Kyrie Jackson with the Vikings. They're in Minneapolis. Nobody's talking about that in the media. Yeah, just like Pride Month used to be about gay pride, and then all of a sudden it became LGBTQIAA plus elemental P XYZ. How many more initials are they going to add add that? Uh, if JJ wasn't about the money, he wouldn't have came out of college this year, is my opinion, Trace. As soon as he announced he was leaving a year early when he had developmental issues he could have worked on in college before trying to be a pro, I understand striking while the iron's hot, but that's 100% a money grab. And I called it out when it happened. And and it's looking like that's the case. And it's going to be fun watching all our running backs this year. And I love that Kiara Waymer. I can't wait to see Vaki on the field. I love to see Ben Johnson draw up two running back sets uh, with Gibbs and Vaki coming out of the backfield on a play action play. I said I wouldn't mind seeing the full house, and this is when we had Netflix because I knew he was a willing blocker in the run game. That you could have had Netflix, Monty, and Gibbs back there in the old full house formation with the two tight ends. You don't even have a wide receiver out there. You tell everybody we're running it and you're not stopping it because you don't know which way we're going. But that only works like the old veer if you've got a mobile quarterback. You guys remember the veer? So that is another reason why I was like, well, hey, we're probably not doing the full house then because we don't have a mobile quarterback. We got a mobile quarterback that doesn't run good when he's holding the ball. That's what we got because Jared Goff ran the exact same 40 time as Pat Mahomes. He ran faster than Tom Brady, but he doesn't look it with the football in his hand. Right, and it takes more than one guy to tackle Monty, 100%. Did you see if you did a three-headed monster running back room back there? Seven guys on the offensive line, three behind the quarterback, and that's all you got. You got two, and Monty actually didn't do bad receiving the ball last year either. Stack the box, play action, and throw it over the top to, to Gibbs or Vaki or Montgomery. It doesn't matter. Because if they're past you, there's hardly anybody going to touch you. I wonder why teams don't use the full house anymore when you've got a solid core of running backs. I mean, just to throw it in every once in a while, it'd be a wrinkle play. It'd be like a trick play. Or you put a wide receiver out there and you run it as a wildcat. Takes like three guys to get Monty down. Occasionally. There's times he's gone down after two. Thunder and lightning. Yeah, but wouldn't that be thunder, lightning, and sonic boom? Oh, God. I am so sorry I'm yawning, guys. So, what else do we want to talk about? I think we're going to end up with the exact same record as last year, is my final say. If I'm going to narrow it down to I'm going to put it on record. I think it's 12-5. And if we don't, oh well. I think we still make the playoffs. I say it's still the Packers or the Lions division to win. I think the Bears are going to take third place, but possibly get in the playoffs. Does, no, Kiara Waymer, out of our rookies, I do believe Vaki will develop a little quicker by being in the special teams and running back rooms. There's good mentorship there. 100%. There's really no room in the safety room for Vaki because from what I read, he needs a lot of work to become a good NFL quality safety. But at running back, it says he needs work there, but I don't see it from what I've seen so far. Um, so it's kind of weird. Brent says, I hear you, JB. Zero energy. Yeah, 100%. Terrion could come along quick, but our secondary still needs to gel since it's been revamped. Yeah, and I agree. And I think it will gel. Um, there's too much talent there, and it doesn't seem like a lot of ego. I mean, yeah, we've heard stuff said, but we haven't seen where it sounds negative. You know what I mean? It sounds like everybody's really positive about what they can do for the team. And that's something we've had for a while now. I like the attitude. Do we know if Green Bay has the cap space for IU? They'd have to clear it. We're all dragging up in here. I don't think I think he'd be a fit for Green Bay, but John Lynch basically came out right after the agents made the announcement that they were asking. Well, we kind of run it's a 4-2-5 base defense. We sometimes run a 3-4, we sometimes run a 4-3, and we sometimes run a 5-2. It's weird. I don't know how to explain it. I hated the fact that we were a 3-4 under when they got here in 2021. It took all season for that defense because of the lack of talent to learn the defense and start looking like a defense. And then he waits till 2 weeks after the draft to announce we're going to do a scheme change. And we drafted a bunch of 3-4 guys. I this is one of the reasons why I have been down on AG ever since he's been here. Do I think IU will actually be traded though? No. John Lynch shot it down with Adam Schefter. He said the 49ers front office has no interest in trading IU. We are going to work out a long-term deal. That is what was quoted. And I'll go back 2 years before that. We heard the same thing about Debo Samuel and they got that deal done. And he said the exact same things about trading Debo. So I think the IU trade stuff is all bullshit. 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 I don't think IU goes anywhere. When there's a precedence, when there's a transparency in your front office, like there has been in San Francisco, like there has been in Detroit, you kind of have to trust the GMs in place when they say something. I think those have been the two most transparent front offices the entire time. Unlike the Rams, who had their coach and their GM say, "Yeah, Jared Goff's our guy" on Friday, and then traded him on Tuesday. That's the way that went down. Remember that? No, we're not trading Jared Goff. He's our guy. He's the man. Right. Ayuk is doing this to get his money. He's putting pressure on his team, just more off-season drama within an organization. So glad we don't have that with the Lions. 100%. You know why? We were like, okay, Amon Ra, you're putting up top five stats. We're going to pay you. You know why? Because you won't be the top paid wide receiver for long. And that's what happened. Panay Sewell, we already exercised your fifth year option. We don't have to do your contract, but we got the money. Let's do it now. Boom. Get it done. Jared Goff. Okay. So we're gonna play devil's advocate. You want that amount of money and you want a no trade clause. That means you're not getting fully guaranteed money. Yes, he is another diva, so to speak, just like Debo Samuel was. Debo Samuel said, I don't want to be a running back anymore. So they went and got Christian McCaffrey, and now he's mad because his production's down because he's getting picked on by his fantasy people that loved him because of the running back value. And yes, that's a thing. These guys actually follow their guys, these fantasy the diehard fantasy football guys. They will follow their guys and talk shit to them on Twitter and Instagram. It's hilarious. I've seen the comments. So they went and got CMC so they didn't have to use Devo as a running back anymore. And now that his fantasy value is dropped, he's starting to feel unappreciated. Oh, the Niners have some of the best cap in the league. They're not in cap trouble at all. They still got 31 million. Yep, they got 31 million.4 in cap space. They're only 3 million behind us. I find that funny. What do you find funny, Braylon? Now in 2025, they're in cap issue. 2025, they are 38.9 million over the cap next year. They are eating how much in dead money? Oh, talking about the Devo situation? Oh, it's 100%. It's not just Devo though. It's all across the league. Some of these diehard fantasy footballers that have the lifer leagues or the keeper leagues they're called or whatever they are. Um, yeah, but Swift wasn't pissed for long because he was gone. Yeah, basically the third day of the draft, we traded him away. That's why they're trying to move on from Debo Samuel. They can't move on from Nick Bosa. They can't move on from Fred Winter. They can't move on. They could move on from Kittle if they absolutely had to. Javon Hargrave is another one. Christian McCaffrey's contract finally clears space. No, they have a problem starting next year, but they're not trading Ayuk. They already said they're not trading Ayuk, so that's who they want. And they don't have a way to clear a lot of cap. They really don't. I think the 49ers will repeat this season. Is much to everyone's chagrin. I think they're good enough to win 10 to 13 games this year. They still got Greenlaw, who's one of the best linebackers in the NFL. They got Javon Hargrave. They got Malik Collins, uh, Nick Bosa. Still got Tavarius Ward. They got Hafanga, the safety. Yes, it is. It's FTP time. Let's do it. Everybody's favorite sponsor to love. Doesn't pay me a dime, but I love doing it. Why? Because I can. It's FTP. It's Fornicate the Packers. Or as Dan Leonard would say, because it's not spelled the same, it's more like talk to a talk the Packers. I'm not Dan Leonard. I can't say it as good as him. I don't see them going to the Super Bowl again, if that's what you mean. But anyways, and of course, there's Brandon Service right here in Flint, Michigan, where the tires are good, but the water's shit. At the corner of South Grand Traverse and West Atherton Road, 602 West Atherton Road. Used tires starting at $40. If you need new tires, please call 810-233-8230. It is and ask for George Red or myself, Jeremy, also known as Smoking Jeremy B. How many games and how many yards do you see Swift getting behind that awesome Bears O-line? If the more than Caleb, Brent. Oh, damn. Um, Vegas has the over under at 5.5 because Swift actually had a better year health wise. He wasn't injured, but they sat him a lot. Every time they used him prolifically in a game, they sat him as they should. It was very smart. Plus, Philly had arguably the best O line last year. Prior to the season even being played, is what they were ranked, and we were ranked in the top 3. This year, we're the guys at the top. That's after the play of last season. Because my answer would read like a golf cart. Because remember last year, I think they hid the fact he was injured. I think they just sat him on the bench and didn't let him play. He would have a great game where he'd have like 15 carries and 5 receptions. No touchdowns because let's face it, he only got 4 of them because they won't use them in the goal line because they're not stupid. We all know what happens on Thanksgiving when you use DeAndre Swift on the goal line, Bears. Look forward to it. He'll drop a pass. He'll drop a game-winning pass in the end zone. I'm quite sure everyone here remembers this, correct? So they only got 19 million in dead cap this year. That's a lot. I still carry a dead cap over from Trey Lance and Jimmy G. But it is that time for me to head out of here. Try every day to be a better person than you were the day before. That's the only way to make the world a better place. It starts right here. We'll see you tomorrow, and I'll have my Christian Mahogany stuff for you. Have a blessed day, everybody.
Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Facebook, and of course YouTube. Get all your NFL news here first.